I did. How's that for a welcome back? Now, I have to tell you something very, very funny before we even start off with which leopard this is that I'm trying to point the leopard out to Craig because I could barely see it. And Craig was so zoomed in and was like, where is it? And it just goes to show how incredible their camouflage is. Now, thankfully, Herbie and Ralph and Sebastian did manage to get an okay view of this cat, so they've told me that it is our dear friend Thandi, who is one of our favorite characters, and we get to see her every now and then, although she's also quite good at giving us the slip. Now, for those of you that haven't got a clue who Thandi is that she's the firstborn, her and her sister Shadow, who sadly, we don't know what happened to her. She's just missing. She's MIA at the moment. Perhaps she's in Hawaii on holiday, but we'll never know. But anyway, Thandi is around though, and she's the daughter of Karula. But Karula mysteriously disappeared in about March last year too. So she's quite happily taken over her territory and seems to be doing a very good job. Now, somewhere in this tall grass and all the shrubbery, you won't believe it, there's actually a young leopard cub, but I don't know where it is just yet. I haven't got a clue. I haven't seen it. It's very difficult to see anything. So what we are going to do is we're going to be a bit patient, and you might be able to hear another vehicle moving around. So Rexon is in the sighting too. I don't think they're going to stay very long. It sounds like they're moving out at the moment. So once he moves out and moves away, we'll then try and reposition and see if we can get a better view. Because I don't know if there's a kill here. I don't know where Tlalamba is. We're going to just see let's see what his decision is. He was just repositioning slightly. Okay, I think we might sit here just because otherwise we're going to get quite close to them and then it's going to be quite noisy. Can you imagine the two of us trying to compete? Have you lost it again, Craig? Craig's has lost the lemon. Hang on. Yeah, it's amazing. I'm going to point there. Okay, you can go down a little bit. Now can you come out just a tiny touch? There we go. Bottom right-hand corner. It's amazing. Hey, so it just goes to show it's really, really difficult. But also there is a bit of glare on the screen every now and then, so it can be quite difficult to try and see where she is. But perfect time of the year now for the leopard. I'm still shocked as to how quickly the bush has changed. It's just incredible. And we say this every single year. I mean, you'd think after being here for 3 years, you'd know that the vegetation would change very quickly. But, you know, I'm surprised all the time. So she could have anything. I mean, she could have a whole buffalo in there and I wouldn't know. I doubt she has a buffalo, though. Oh, hello, Jessica. I missed you too. Thank you so much. Thank you for telling me that you missed me. I'm also glad to be back at work, and I'm definitely happy to be surrounded by wonderful wildlife. And I'm also keen to see what the next few weeks hold. And I believe that the Safari Lives, the show that we do, or the special show that we do on a Saturday, has been an absolute hit, and all the animals were incorporating appropriately. So isn't that good? At least, they have a few days off during the week, but then they arrive back on Saturday. Now, I think I've only ever seen Thandi's tracks in this area once before. And then we had, some of you may remember, a few weeks ago, where there was a leopard that was on the dam cam quite late one afternoon, and we couldn't relocate on it, and the leopard had disappeared. And then she was spotted again, and no one knew who she was because she was just slinking through the bush, and that was close. That was actually between where we are now and Tayla Dam. So, I've only been in this area once before with her. So it's quite cool that she's moving sort of further north. I'm being attacked by little mapani flies. That's what's getting me at the moment. Sorry, Craig. Just trying to get them away. I know that I think Brent has seen her a few times, a little bit further north and sort of west from where we are now, and I think Tristan has the same. So Shadula is going to have to be very careful because this seems to be her sort of favorite spot, although she does prefer to hang around from Gallagher Road, which is just a little bit north of our camp. and then she sort of moves sort of further north of that and then further west again, all the way around back towards Triple M, which is one of the boundary roads, and then towards Gowrie Gate, which is the northern entrance to the Sabi Sand Game Reserve. And then she hangs around there. So, Thandi, you can't have it all, girl. She's got quite a big area that she traverses on. So she's all the way here, and we'll see her go into Torchwood. She goes very far east from where we are now and goes into Buffelshoek too. So she's definitely putting a lot of pressure on. And you know what? Maybe she'll be like her mother. Her mother had an exceptionally large territory too. It just kept growing and growing. And maybe that's the trait of Karula's offspring, is they're going to have her feistiness and, well, her want or to control the north.
Now from pigs, look at what the David just found. The very famous Tingana. How things are turning out for me from yesterday to today. We spoke of him earlier, and he had been spotted with a kill, which is not very far from where we are. It's right behind us. I'm in Palat. He brought down crabbing last night. I'm not sure when, but look at this big boy here, Tingana. Very interesting, because he doesn't look very, very worried, and we're pretty close. I would say 10 feet. I can see the eyes, and he's like dead asleep. And what could I ask for today? Wild dogs yesterday, in the morning and in the afternoon. And now, the big boy Tingana. This is beautiful life for me here in South Africa. In Kenya, this is a very rare sighting. Paula, go, David, go, and also Paula, for you, thank you for the applause, Paula, and to you also, go, Paula, go, let's all go. The David's here, Paula, all of us, go. Exciting stuff for me, very, very epic. Got nothing close to what I have in East Africa, in Kenya, where I come from. You can see the panting there on the neck. Yes, I mean, since being here, this is my third week, and just like you, he had not been spotted, so I'm sure you're equally excited like me, and let us enjoy the view of Tingana together. And looking at the belly, you can see how he's panting there, and tells you that belly is quite full. The impala is almost half eaten, and I'm sure the digestion is going on, and he's not staying very far away from his kill. I'm just enjoying this cut, this close. I can feel the panting in my heart. Minamu, your question is, do leopards or any other animals get dehydrated? Yes, Minamu. Imagine yourself having a very heavy meal of meat. I'm not sure that you eat meat, but imagine having eaten a very heavy meal of, say, meat only, proteins only. Your body digestion will definitely demand you get water. So they would get dehydrated, and that's why, more often than not, as we saw Shidulu the other day, after she ate, she went for a drink. So animals, and most of predators like leopards and even lions and cheetahs, after they eat a very big meal of meat, of proteins, they get dehydrated, and they'll always want to go and have a drink and quench their thirst. Yes, Minamu, they get dehydrated.
So they need to have a good drink. Sometimes, though, for you and I, Ours will be nice and cold because we'll probably add ice to it, although I'm sure there's people out there who prefer room temperature water. I would not like to drink the water that Thandi's drinking, though. Imagine going to Tayla Dam and lapping up that lovely buffalo and hippo, perhaps a little bit of rhino and elephant dung and urine infused hot water with mud. Nah, I don't think that would be very tasty at all. What's she doing? She's looking around her. Keeps looking around. A couple of impalas snorkeling. That's the sound that the impala rams make. They snorkel. So maybe it's that. Perhaps she's heard something else. Anyways, so we've got this carcass down on the floor, and I don't know where I'm sending you to now, but apparently there's one up in a tree.
Yes, I think the cats are having a feast today. Thandi munching and dropping the carcass on the floor, but there's one boy by the name of Tingana who has made sure his food remains up on the tree and is not coming down by any chance. What will happen is, by it coming down, the leopards will risk other predators coming to enjoy their sweat. So Tingana hooked in his meal up there so nicely, and you can see how the back legs are against the head, which is on the fork of that marula tree, making sure it does not come down by any standard or by, the head is facing up, and you can see the rib cage there.
That's what I did see. If you look very carefully, Craig, if you keep it there, she's just gone behind one of the little branches. But she's such a small branch. I don't want to move now. But some of you may have got a very quick glimpse of Tlalamba. She's there. She's just hiding behind those branches. So I think she's slowly going to make her around. There we go. You can see her moving directly in that branch at center frame. She's just licking her paws now. You can just see some movements every now and then. Can you actually see her, Craig? Okay. Just checking. It's sneaky. Yay! And I think little Tlalamba thinks, no one can see me hiding here. I'm invisible. Now, thank you, Sammy Jane, for your applauding emojis. That's very nice. I will take a bow at some point, but not right now. Maybe a little bit later. Actually, Ralph was the one and Herbie need to take a bow. Hello, little angel. Yes, we can see you in there. But you have no idea. Normally when she knows she's being watched, she stares at you because she's still a bit nervous of us. Now, Steve, I think the reason why Thandi's not calling young Tlalamba out is because she's probably tired of having to do so. It's kind of like, it's parenting, Your mom will ask you, or she'll tell you, dinner's ready. Tayla, dinner's ready. I'm coming. And she's probably said that about 30 times, and now she just doesn't care. Now she's like, well, if you don't want to eat, then you don't eat. Tlalamba is still young enough to be suckling, though, but is also eating solids now. Let's see. She's going to try and sneak her way through here. We will just pretend like we don't know she's there. Little does she know. Oh, she's so sweet. She's so precious. She's beautiful, just like her mother. Although I think she looks a little bit like Shongile, don't you think? I think that face of hers just reminds me so much of Shongile. I don't know why. If it's the way her spots are positioned. There's just something about her. Got that very mischievous look to her. I suppose she lives up to her name, doesn't she? Now Luke was asking if I think that she's grown. Yeah, I definitely do. I mean, I'm hoping to obviously see her come out a bit closer. I'm just looking at her through the camera, which is quite difficult to try and gauge her size. I think in 2 weeks this little leopard has probably grown quite a bit. This is the time when she's going to be, well, putting on lots of weight, thanks to Mom, constantly catching nice things for them to eat. So I think that she definitely will be a little bit bigger. Now, Fluffy Asiko, no, I've never seen this before. I've never seen a leopard intentionally sort of tearing up the carcass to smaller bits so that her youngster may feed. I can smell, though, that Thandi has now opened up the stomach. That's for sure. Hey, Craig, take a deep breath. How delicious is that? It's nice, eh? We're sitting downwind as well, as I've discovered. Not that there's really much of a breeze this afternoon. It smells like old Brussels sprouts. Sorry. So no, the leopards don't do that. And lions don't do it either. They kind of just let them will chew at something, and eventually they'll get the hang of it. Obviously, this little one's, I'm pretty sure she should still have her little milk teeth. Maybe some of the more prominent teeth will be coming through now, so it's going to be difficult for her, but she'll get the hang of it. Eventually, might have to try some more of those tender parts. Still taking a little bit of a rest, though. Eyes are heavy. This is so cool. I'm glad we got to see her. Amazing. Well, I'm going to try and guide these other lovely guests who have joined us to a good spot so that they can also enjoy. But off you go to David, who's, I'm pretty sure that carcass is still up in the tree.
Now, Thandi with the cub eating, and here, Tingana, that is Tingana's dinner. You might hear some little sound in the background there. Those are other guests watching Tingana with us, so that should not worry you. But look at Tingana's dinner tonight, eh? Isn't that lovely? Look at that male impala. That's what's left of him now, and I think, to me, half of it is gone. And chances are this kill could have been from yesterday. Tingana, I've just found out he's a huge, very good-looking boy, and strong, and in very good shape, eh? So he's able, I would say, to devour a male impala like this one in a few hours and reduce it to 50% of what he used to be when he was alive. This is a wonderful afternoon for these leopards here. Thandi and Tlalamba enjoying the impala on the other end, and that's mother and a daughter. And here we have the good-looking, handsome Tingana, having his dinner there. He had some pretty good lunch and waiting to feed on much later.
By this young leopard cub. No, I'm joking. We're not being stalked. She's practicing her stalking skills at the moment. Again, I think she doesn't know that we know that she is there. So again, we're going to just pretend. And I'm going to keep talking sort of naturally. And we're going to see how close she comes to the car. But look at her, what she's putting. Look where she's putting her foot, making sure she doesn't rustle any grass. She's desperately trying to sneak. And I think this is the best thing now, is that if we just pretend like she's not here, she'll probably feel very comfortable with us. I wonder if it was that appetizing smell of Brussels sprouts that emerged from the cavity, or stomach cavity of the impala, that has perhaps enticed her to come over this afternoon. I would love to see her having a little nibble before the sun goes down, because we've maybe only got about 10 to 15 minutes left in the sighting before we are going to have to say bon voyage to young Tlalamba and also Thandi. So here she goes. She's sneaking now. She's gone, the gap's a bit tight there. I think I'm going to go the scenic way around. But what she doesn't know is that there is another vehicle just waiting in the distance, hoping to get a glimpse of her. So that'll be quite exciting for Lex and his guests, who are in the other vehicle at the moment, also just waiting patiently until she pops out. We don't get to spend, too much time with Tlalamba, but as she gets a bit braver, we will see her more and more frequently. Again, I'm not worried. Now, she's still going, she's going through a jungle gym of trees, as you can see. That's a good spot. She might pick up the pace slightly there. She's got a bit more cover. But anyways, just as we're watching her, I just want to say thank you to James Richard. I popped onto Twitter to have a quick look to see with regards to Thandi's previous offspring. And I do remember the name Wabayiza, and I remember Tristan telling me about Wabayiza being killed by the Styx Pride. And so that was her first, Thandi's first litter, but I couldn't actually remember the fact that it was from Thandi. And then the other, sorry Craig, I'm just reading at the moment, I'm on Twitter. No, it's okay. And then the other one was Bahuti, who was from her second litter. And I don't know where Bahuti is now, though. But sadly, Wabayiza is not with us anymore. So yeah, let's see. I'm just trying to now see. I don't think they'll be able to see her now. But you got her. She's basically directly between you and I. She's just in the grass. She was actually watching you over there. There you go. I think Lex has finally got her. Sorry if my head was in the way. But I do... If anybody's going to appreciate this, it's going to be Lex, who's been in the safari industry for a very, very long time and actually helped pioneer it to what it is today. And again, you saw when I talk a little bit louder, she probably will flinch and slink down into the grass, but she's going to get used to it because, goodness, what happens if I did a big sneeze now? Hey, she's going to have a heart attack. So best you get used to that before I have a sneezing attack. Now she seems a bit more confident. See how she's stood up? She's not slinking as much, and she's close to us. There we go. Mom spotted her. Let's go see if we're going to probably say hello to one another now. No, not even interested. You're going straight in for dinner. Standing on the carcass now. This is fabulous. What a great afternoon. Definitely an amazing way to be welcomed back to the Lowveld. That's for sure. Very tasty. I'm sure that skin is going to be a little bit on the difficult side to try and get through. But nothing that I think she can't handle. Another thought-provoking question. Thanks, Mina Moo. I'm glad you're enjoying your little nickname that we have given you. Who wastes more energy while hunting, lions or leopards? I have to say that one out loud to myself so I can also think. It's a tough one. I mean, obviously all these animals don't want to waste energy. They want to use as little as possible. So I suppose, I mean, if you look at something that stalks, you're probably thinking, oh, that can't be conserving. I mean, they can't be using too much energy. And I think the complete opposite. If you've seen how those leopards have completely tensed up their bodies and held themselves in the same spot, barely even twitching an ear or a whisker, to me, that's like, holding a squat for 10 minutes. You're going to be tired. It's exhausting. Your muscles are really at strain. So I think maybe a lion. Lions obviously run a little bit more than a leopard would. A leopard needs to get as close to its prey as absolutely possible, whereas lions, again, they're working in a team, and obviously they try and stalk as close as they can, but they do that charge. They'll run 50 to 60 meters if they need to at full speed. Sometimes the chase can go on a little bit longer than that. Obviously, it's not ideal, but they do run after. I mean, I've seen them running after a few hundred meters after warthogs, and either successfully getting them or unfortunately missing out. So I think I'm going to say a lion. I think uses a lot more energy when it is hunting, whereas a leopard. Well,